Hello and welcome back to Music Rewind. The day has finally come. We've reached the pinnacle moment where we officially find out who is the most successful member of One Direction. We have looked at all the members individually, and now with all the information we have obtained, we're going to work out who is the most successful. So how are we going to do this? Well, it's a point system. There are several categories. We're discussing sales, streams, and much more. It's a 1 to 5 scale. Otherwise, points will be reflective of the category score. It will become a lot clearer as the video progresses. But let's first look back at the success of One Direction. One Direction are one of the best-selling bands of all time, selling over 50 million records worldwide. They have released 5 albums, 4 out of the 5 have went number 1 in either the UK or US. Their debut single, What Makes You Beautiful, was released on September 11th, 2011. It became a worldwide hit, selling over 7 million copies worldwide, streamed over 300 million times on Spotify, and has over 1.1 billion views on YouTube. Their last single before the band's hiatus was History on November 5th, 2015, which became the band's 14th UK top 10 and went platinum. It's amazing despite the fact they were together only 4 years since the release of their debut single, they have accomplished so much. From what I can see online, they sold in the UK 12.2 million and in the US 21.5 million in certified sales. That number is likely much higher. They have 40 charting single entries in the UK Top 100, including 14 top 10s and 4 number 1s, and they have 29 charting entries on the Billboard Hot 100, including 7 top 10s. They still have a strong streaming presence. They have over 30.8 million subscribers on YouTube and over 9.7 billion total views. Whilst on Spotify, they have 17.4 million monthly listeners and 19 songs with over 100 million streams. So that's a quick overview of the band's career stats. But now, let's see how they've all done individually. Zayn has sold the most records in the UK and US, with 3.3 million certified sales in the UK and 12.5 million in the US. The top 5 differs in both the UK and US. Liam is in second in the UK with 2.2 million records sold, whilst Niall is in second in the US with 6.5 million records sold, which I found quite surprising, and here's the rest of the rankings. These points are 1 to 5 for both the UK and US, so here are how the scores are looking so far. Looking at the charts now, we'll be looking at the UK and US because these are the charts I pay attention to the most and are easy to access. So for this section, every chart entry is a point. Firstly, the album chart. All members have released at least one full-length album, with Zayn, Harry and Niall currently on album 2. So a point for each album that charted in the UK and US album chart. Starting the UK, number 1s. Niall has become the 3rd member to claim a UK number 1 album and is the 1st member to do it with their sophomore release. Therefore, Zayn, Harry and Niall have a number 1 album each in the UK. With top 10s, Niall and Harry have claimed 2 UK top 10s, whilst Louis and Zayn have 1 each. Liam is the only one without a UK top 10 album. Over to the US now. Number 1, again, Zayn, Harry and Niall all have a number 1 album on the Billboard 200. With Harry having 2 number 1s. And with top 10s, again, Liam is the only member not to have a top 10 in the US. All the other members have at least 1 top 10 album, with Niall and Harry on 2 top 10s. With singles, things are a bit different. In the UK, Zayn and Harry currently have 13 charting entries, and the rest of the top 5 shows Liam had the 3rd highest entries with 8. Top 10s, Zayn and Harry each have 3 top 10s, with the rest having 2 each. And with number 1s, Zayn and Harry both had their debut single hit the number 1 spot in the UK. Moving across to the States now. Harry has the most charting entries with 9 hitting the Billboard Hot 100. This is how the rest of the list looks. Top 10 now. At the time of this recording, Harry has just earned his 2nd US top 10 with Adore You. Zayn has also had 2 top 10s and Liam has 1. Zayn is the only member to have a number 1 with Pillow Talk. A bonus round here now. Getting chart entries is one thing, but having longevity is another thing. For some extra points, I'll be looking at, on average, how long do the members spend on the charts. This is a 1 to 5 scale round. UK first, Liam currently has the highest average at 13 weeks, Niall is in second with 11 weeks, followed by Zayn on 10 weeks, and both Harry and Louis are on 7 weeks. With the US, Niall has an average of 16 weeks on the US chart, and Harry, despite having the most entries, has the lowest average due to the Fine Line album bomb. Before we get on to the next category, let's see the scores right now. Starting with Spotify. First lot of points awarded here will be for followers and monthly listeners, so we'll return to our 1 to 5 point scale. Zayn has the most followers on Spotify with over 11 million, followed by Harry, Liam, Niall and Louis. Monthly listeners differ to these numbers however. Harry currently has the highest number of monthly listeners with 30.4 million. This is then followed by Zayn, Niall, Liam and Louis. So we see a difference in numbers of listeners and followers. And I find it interesting that despite Zayn not releasing an album in 2 years, he still posts big streaming numbers. Other points on offer here are for the amount of songs, over 100 million streams per artist. Zayn has 10 songs that have surpassed over 100 million streams on Spotify. Harry has 8, Liam has 6, Niall is on 5 and Louis has 2. However, with Louis, the 2 he does have both surpassed over 400 million streams, which is really impressive. But who has the most streamed track? The answer is Zayn and Taylor Swift with I Don't Wanna Live Forever, which has over 970 million streams. Here are the other members' most streamed songs on Spotify. And here is the top 10 most streamed songs from the lad. Each entry is 1 point.
It's all I ask. Is it too much to ask? Darling, just hold on. If the whole world was watching, I'd still dance with you. Drive highways and byways. So hands like sweat dripping down my dirty laundry. No. Just stop you crying, it's a sign of the times. You know I love it when the music's loud, but come and strip that down for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why do when things go wrong? I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you. It's a paradise, and it's a war zone.
Now for YouTube, which I think is the OG streaming platform. Now with this one, we're looking at subscribers, total YouTube views, who has the most viewed videos, whose videos have surpassed over 100 million views, and also the top 10 most watched videos from the 1D guys. Zayn has the most subscribers and views from all the guys, with 10.7 million subs and more than 3.1 billion views. Harry currently has 5.6 million subscribers and 1.2 billion views. Liam has the least amount of subscribers with 2.67 million, but has the third most viewed channel with 657 million. However, since he has collaborated on big songs with a lot of different artists, his total views are actually over 1 billion as well, whilst Niall and Louis both have over 500 million views on their channel. Zayn leads the pack with 5 videos. I Don't Wanna Live Forever was on both Zayn's and Taylor's YouTube channels, so I've just used the one with the most views for the purpose of fairness. Zayn's most viewed video is Dusk Till Dawn featuring Sia, which has over 1.3 billion views. Harry, Louis, and Niall each have 1 video each. Sign of the Times with 593 million, Back to You with 404 million, and Niall's most viewed video is actually the lyric video to Slow Hands with 182 million. Otherwise, his most viewed video is What a Time with Julia Michaels with 53 million. Liam, again, despite having the least amount of subscribers, has 4 videos which have surpassed 100 million views. 2 on his channel and 2 from others. His most viewed video is Strip That Down with Quavo, which has 315 million views. But which videos have made the top 10?
For the rest of my life, for the rest of yours, for the whole new world, a whole new fantasy. So hands like sweat dripping down my dirty laundry.
Let's add up the scores before we enter the final round. Now for the miscellaneous parts. These are looking outside the music success and more towards critical and fan interactions. First, let's look at awards. Now for this category, I'm going to give a point for each award they have won. I used Wikipedia to get this information. These are the awards that they have won that appear on their individual pages. Harry Styles has won 29 awards. This includes several Teen Choice Awards, a Brit Award, and 3 iHeartRadio Awards. Niall has won 16 awards, including a Teen Choice Award, a People's Choice Award, and an American Music Award. Zayn is on 15 awards, including an AMA, BBMA, and EMA. Liam has won 8 awards, including a Teen Choice Award, a Global Award, and several BMI awards. And Louis has won 6 awards, including a few Teen Choice Awards, an EMA, and an iHeartRadio Award. Now looking at how their albums were received critically. I'll be looking at Metacritic because it's basically the Rotten Tomato for TV and music. And they give an average score for how their albums are reviewed. And for audience average, I will work that out myself. Based on critics, this is how the guys have done. As you know, Liam's album was not received the best, so his score is quite low. But Harry's is at the highest at 72. Not far behind is Zayn on 70. Now looking at user scores. Louis' user score is at a 9.2. Fans gave this album a glowing review despite critics not giving it the best reviews. The lowest one is Liam with a bit more modest 7.3. Now the final thing we're looking at before we round things up is their social media presence. Who has the most followers on platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram? Starting with Facebook, Zayn has the most followers with 19 million page likes, followed by Harry, Liam, Louis, and Niall. With Twitter, we have a switch as Zayn has the least amount of followers with 28.5 million, and it's Niall with 39.4 million Twitter followers who has the most. The rest of the members are relatively close together, with Harry on 34.1, Louis on 33.5, and Liam on 32.8. Finally, the last social media site, Instagram. Despite only having 140 posts, Zayn has the most Instagram followers at 31.9 million. The list is followed by Harry on 26.7, Niall on 23, Liam on 18.6, and Louis on 14.1 million. So before we reveal our final count, I'm going to summarize what I think. It's clear from what we have seen that Zayn and Harry have dominated in a lot of these categories. The myth that Zayn is a flop is just that, a myth. His last album didn't succeed like his predecessor because its promotion was really bad and it flew under the radar. Because if you look at the album streams, it's done pretty decently. Harry definitely isn't overrated, his success is well deserved, and you can see he tries hard to stand outside the box and be as original as possible, but also pay homage to older musical acts. Niall, I believe, is the underdog of the group. His chart presence in the States especially surprises me because his sound wasn't something I would have considered to be mainstream friendly, but I was proved very wrong. Louis, I believe, has the most loyal fans. My video on him for a while was the most viewed video on this channel before Zayn's video surpassed it, but it still has the most likes and comments, with all of them singing his praises. Since the video was released, his album was released and hit the top 10 in 12 charts worldwide, as well as number 1 in 3 countries. In fact, in the US it went number 9, making it the first new album for Arista Records in almost 9 years to hit the top 10. I would say that would make Louis very relevant if you ask me. Finally, Liam Payne. His career is very peculiar to me. His album did underperform, however he has succeeded everywhere else. His singles up to 2019 were doing really well on the charts, radio loves him, he's getting major brand deals. He played a solo concert to 110,000 people, which is one of the most attended concerts of all time. I do believe musically he's still trying to find himself, but I do believe he will get there. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. These are the final points. Here we go. Louis is in 5th with 51 points. In 4th place is Liam with 75 points. In 3rd it's Niall with 94 points. Harry is in 2nd with 131 points. And just 5 points ahead in 1st is Zayn with 136 points. So there we have it. Zayn, based on these points, is the most successful member of One Direction. Do you agree? I'm guessing for some of you yes, and for some of you no. But be sure to tell me who your winner is. But I'm sure we can all agree that the real winner here is all 5 of them because they are mega successful, talented, good looking and rich guys. And what do I have?
What about you? What do you have?
Wallet full of debt?
Yeah, that seems about right. That officially concludes this series. It was a perfect way to start this channel and I'm looking forward to making a lot more videos. To recap this series, a playlist should be appearing on screen now. Thank you so much for rewinding and unwinding with me. I'll be sure to see you in the next video.